The discovery of the legendary city of Dwaraka, which is said to have been founded by Sri Krishna, is an important landmark in the validation of historical relevance of Mahabharata. It has set at rest that the doubts expressed by historians about the historicity of Mahabharata and the very existence of Dwaraka city. It has greatly narrowed the gap of Indian history by establishing the continuity of the Indian civilization from the Vedic age to the present day. The discovery has no shed welcome light on second urbanization in the so-called Dark Age, on the resumption of maritime trade and use to Sanskrit language and modified Indus script. Incidentally, scientific data useful for a study of sea level changes and effects of marine environment on metals and wood over long periods has also been generated by underwater exploration. All this was possible because of the dedicated and daring efforts of marine archaeologists, scientists and technicians of the Marine Archaeology Center of the National Institute of Oceanography. Dwaraka is a coastal town in Jamnagar district of Gujarat. Traditionally, modern Dwaraka is identified with Dwaraka, mentioned in the Mahabharata as Krishna's city. Dwaraka was a port, and some scholars have identified it with the island of Baraka mentioned in the Periples of Aetherian Sea. Ancient Dwaraka sank in sea, and science is an important archaeological site. The first clear historical record of the lost city is dated 574 after death and occurs in the Palitana plates of Samanta Simhaditya. This inscription refers to Dwaraka as the capital of the western coast of Saurashtra and, still more important, states that Sri Krishna lived here. The first archaeological excavations at Dwarka were done by the Deccan College, Pune and the Department of Archaeology, Government of Gujarat in 1963 under the direction of H. D. Sankalia. It revealed artifacts many centuries old. The Marine Archaeological Unit MAU of the Archaeological Survey of India ASI conducted a second round of excavation in 1979 under the supervision of Dr. S.R. Rao, one of the most respected archaeologists of India. An emeritus scientist at the Marine Archaeology Unit of the National Institute of Oceanography, Rao has excavated a large number of Harappan sites, including the port city of Lothal in Gujarat. He found a distinct pottery known as the lustrous redware, which could be more than 3,000 years old. Based on the results of these excavations, the search of the sunken city in the Arabian Sea began in 1981. Scientists and archaeologists have continually worked on this site for 20 years. The project for underwater exploration was sanctioned in 1984, directly by the then Prime Minister for 3 years. Excavation under the sea is a hard and strenuous task. The sea offers too much resistance. Excavation is possible only between November and February. During low tide, the sea has to be smooth and there should be bright sunshine. All these requirements effectively reduce the number of diving days to 40 to 45 in one season. In order to make the maximum use of the time available, divers use echo sounder to get a fairly accurate idea of the location and the depth of the object underwater. The side scan sonar offers a view of the sea floor. The sonar signals sent inside the water return the signals. Reading of the signals is revealed the boat nature of the object underwater. Underwater scooters, besides the usual diving equipment like scuba, were also pressed into service. Between 1983 and 1990, S.R. Rao's team came across discoveries that cemented the existence of a submerged city. In January 2007, the Underwater Archaeology Wing UAW of the Archaeological Survey of India began excavations at Dwarka again. Alok Tripathi, superintending archaeologist, said the ancient underwater structures found in the Arabian Sea were yet to be identified. We have to find out what they are. They are fragments. I would not like to call them as a wall or a temple. They are parts of some structure, said Dr. Tripathi. Himself a trained diver, Dr. Tripathi had said to study the antiquity of the site in a holistic manner. Excavations are being conducted simultaneously both on one and under sea so that finds from both the places can be correlated and analyzed scientifically. The objective of the excavation was to know the antiquity of the site based on the material evidence. In the offshore excavation, the ASI's trained underwater archaeologists and the divers of the Navy searched the sunken structured remains. The finds were studied, dated and documented. On land, the excavation was done in the forecourt of the Dwarkadish temple. Students from Gwalior, Lucknow, Pune, Vadodara and Varanasi joined to help the ASI archaeologists.